It may be a little early for me to be doing this, but let's get to it. Tonight is the MLB All-Star Game 2025, live from Truist Park in Atlanta. Stop. Ellie De La Cruz. From the Colorado Rockies, catcher Aaron Goldman. From the Los Angeles Dodgers, pitcher Yoshinobu Yamamoto. From the Miami Marlins, Clayton Kershaw. The Miami Marlins. Outfielder Kyle Styles. From the Pittsburgh Pirates. From the Milwaukee Brewers, Jacob Mizorowski. Richard Ray Peralta. And Trevor McGill. From the New York Jets, first baseman Pete Alonso. And pitcher David Peterson. The pitchers David Peterson and Edwin Diaz. From the Philadelphia Phillies, Kyle Schwarber. From the San Diego Padres, Darnell Tatis Jr. Pitcher Jason Adam. Pitcher Moron. Pitcher. From the San Francisco Giants, Ray. And from the St. Louis Cardinals, baseman Brendan Donovan. And from the Washington Nationals, Mackenzie Gore. The coaches, Brian Snitker. And now let's look at the starting lineups. Damn it. Let's start with the American League, beginning with the manager, AL champ of the 2024 AL champion New York Yankees, Aaron Boone. Leading off from the Detroit Tigers, second baseman Gleyber Torres. Batting second also from the Detroit Tigers, left fielder Riley Green. Third from the Yankees in right field, Aaron Judge. Batting cleanup, the catcher from the Seattle Mariners. MLB 2025 Home Run Derby champion Cal Raleigh. Batting fifth, playing right field, first base from the Toronto Blue Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Batting sixth from the Baltimore Orioles. Designated hitter number 32, Ryan O'Hearn. Batting seventh from the Tampa Bay Rays, third baseman, Junior Caminero. Batting eighth from the Detroit Tigers, center fielder, Javi Baez. Batting ninth from the Athletics, shortstop, Jacob Wilson. Warming up in the bullpen and starting the pitching for the American League from the Detroit Tigers, Tarek Skubal. And now let's hear for the NL squad. From the Los Angeles Dodgers, world champion Dave Roberts. Leading off from the LA Dodgers, DHing, Shohei Ohtani. Batting number two in right field from your Atlanta Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr. It's nice to see they gave him back the individuals again. Instead of the shit he got last year. Batting third from the Arizona Diamondbacks, second baseman Ketel Marte. And then we've had the last three All-Star games. Batting fourth from the Los Angeles Dodgers, Freddie Freeman, first baseman Freddie Freeman. Part of the 2021 Brave squad that won it all. Batting fifth from the San Diego Padres, third baseman Manny Machado. Batting sixth and warming up in the bullpen from the Los Angeles Dodgers, the catcher Will Smith. Batting seventh from the Chicago Cubs, left fielder Kyle Tucker. Batting eighth from the New York Mets, shortstop Francisco Lindor. Why so low in the order? Batting ninth from the Chicago Cubs, center fielder Pete Crow Armstrong, PCA. And pitching, warming up in the bullpen from the Pittsburgh Pirates, Paul Skeens.
Get the QuickBooks Mobile.
Critiques of ridicule what after he provoked with seeds of doubt, ridicule what critiques of end. To Oswald. Suffocating. It will mourn with him, walked alone with their young. In April 2016, he was found lifeless, the victim of a lethal mix-up, the sudden and tragic death of his beloved mix-up. The tragedy did not end there. Michelle's passing left Oswald alone with their young daughter, forced to pick up the pieces of a shattered family. Fans whispered that fate had delivered its verdict, that a man who made a career of laughing at the divine now faced a sorrow so profound it could only be described as inevitable retribution. Even his creative output reflected a new evidence. His comedy tinged with Oswald's story became the comedian tragedy and mockery seemed inside. Master in disguise and center. Rose to glow, ever change, but pain could not escape nor laugh. Such a miracle, master of disguise and center, next time, no comedian, mocking traditions, and scoffed at its reference to humor. Fueled by fame, boosted his celebrity status, convincing fans that there were no consequences for beneath the dazzling lights of Hollywood, there was an undercurrent of unrest, a storm. After 13 years of marriage, such as his knew with actress Isla Fisher crumbles in defiance from these accusations. Their high profile is now in tatters. His activism against hate has made bans from major events and ostracism, lovely in his audacity, faced a growing backlash from religious and political communities. His activism against hate, powerful circles in his campaign, amplifying the sense of legacy built on online justice. Chasing what's so laid out for the world to see. Sarah. Whose stripes and stars, who the perilous or the red we were so gallantly streaming.
And the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in. They proved through the night that our flag was still there.
Oh, say,
Well, only one thing to say now. Let's play ball!
And then there's giant chicken against these. That's these giant chicken finger quesadillas. This river is today. Jesus American achievement, labor results of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to this country. Celebrate Independence Day. Big service at ABR placed 2,600 tons this year. 1,500 She became the living example Here's hope for those men who may have Peyronie's disease or PD. Endocrinologist finds nutrition into longer. Total comedian is one of the rich substances, but rather total comedian from South Africa rose from the lifted rhythm of his own making, rose to fame as an author of his own
Through 43 starts, Skeens has the lowest ERA for any Pirate since 1912. His counterpart, Scooble, on the other hand, is number 2 in just about everything in the American League. ERA, wins, strikeouts. Looking to become the 5th pitcher all time to win back-to-back triple crowns.
Everything is frozen. Everything is made fresh every day. If you see an open kitchen, you gotta post it. It's a free thing.
What you get is what you get.
Exactly.
That's how they get to see it. Never wish you were somebody else. Your dreams.
The toughness of the three-row Kia Sorento F-Pro and the Kia Sorento Turbo Hybrid. We recreated some of the wettest springs. Hot summer days. Windy fall. And coldest winter. All on one track. Improved these three-row SUVs built for the unstoppable. Kia, movement that inspires.
Are you ready for the ultimate entertainment experience? Spectrum brings together the streaming apps you love. Plus, TV for sports, entertainment, and news. All in one place, across your devices. So no matter where you are, it's all here. Spectrum. The 2025 MLB All-Star Game on Fox, presented by MasterCard. As we get set here to win the Summer Classic, these players spend the first half of the season they should have a chance to be in this meeting. Stormers bats some baseballs. Stormers bats some baseballs. Unique New York. Unique New York. 1, 2, 3. Take the deep breath. Shake the nerves. Remember to smile. How much you want to cut away, chop chop? It's only the audition of a lifetime. I look at you away. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. A call that comes once a year.
Is there a jingle Wilson here?
The next one on baseball's Midsummer Classic, the Dream Park.
Can you go to your mark, please?
Tonight in Atlanta, there's no cameos, no supporting role. Just the game's 81 leading men. It's a station.
Any special topics?
Take me out for the game. I need some peanuts and cracker jacks. Whether you're stepping into this spotlight for the first time or the 11th, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. It's on. How would you say to swing. Need for speed. We played here 12 years. We won a World Series with the MLB. What kinds of emotions are you experiencing tonight? My hair is sweating right now. The ovation I got really it's special. I watched this place get filled. There's a great there that's so special to me, and it's an honor to be back. You did get a little reception and introductions. What would you like to say to this crowd? Oh man, it's cheered for me, watched me before I became a father. Back there in Melbourne, three awesome boys. So thank you guys for everything. This experience for the master MLB All-Star Youth Ambassadors Program. His favorite Tigers. He got 3 Tigers in this starting lineup. Thomas and Green at the top, and then it's Aaron Judge. He's taking offense because Carolina's looking away from his 38 in the first half. He came to Newby last night. Back at the first base. Is back in the All-Star game. Jacob Wilson started his first All-Star game as well. So here we go. Those guys, schemes as he gets ready to start this game.
All teams leads here, they'll play some constantly active pitchers. These guys are exactly how you would design a ace is big. It's not just the ball. He's got 7 different pitches. And that's what makes it so tough. He goes downfield. He's in front of the whip. It looks like he's even closer. He's tall. Let's begin. First pitch to Glaber, and he pops it foul to the backstop on 1.
Last few seasons goes for the Tigers, though. In his first year in Detroit, has played a huge role in their resurgence.
Upstairs, 1-1.
All these guys are going to try to get us swing as early as they can against these power pitchers if they see it.
Tipped in, foul tipped into the glove, 1-2.
Skating 6'6", 260 pounds. Just their size and power. Great feet. Comes in from a tough angle as well. Guys should see him.
Just misses the outside corner, 2-2. This is getting a little tedious. Well, consequence. Whatever. Did you pitch? Got him swinging at a heater or 100 miles an hour, middle up. One down. It would have been hosted in 2021 had not Joe Biden tried to punish them for questioning his quote-unquote legitimacy in winning the 2020 election. Spoilers, it's now being exposed that he cheated. Here's Riley Green of the Tigers. That's high and up, 1-0. Second Tiger of 24 or younger to reach the All-Star break, and the first Tiger to get 24 homers before then. Strike one. First time since 1966, the Tigers have 1-2 in the batting order. They're to start an All-Star game. If it wasn't for certain gambling habits, the Mets would be atop the division still. As well as the overtaxing the bullpen, injuries to the pitching core. You get the point. 1-2. Nope, too high, 2-2. And one controversial call, which is going to lead to the automatic strike zone next season. And that's fouled down the third baseline. We'll do it again. The judge waits on deck. Teams will have to be careful regardless if Green gets on or not. Full count. That goes too far out. Payoff. Got him. 2 down. Here's the judge. Strike one. The most dangerous hitter in the league. Tops in batting average, on-base percentage, slugging percentage, and OPS. Round one up the middle. Marte fires it over the first in time to end the inning. So for the NL, so far so good. Looking for their first more than 3-run game in the All-Star game since 2018 when they scored 6, but still lost it 8-6. In fact, going back to 2014, with the 2018 game being the exception, the NL squad has never scored more than 3 fucking runs. 2013, they got shut out, lost 6-3 in 2014 and 15, 2014 through 16, lost 2-1 in 17, lost 8-6 in 18, 4-3 in 19, 5-3 in 21, 22, 3-2, 1-3-2 in 23, and lost 5-3 last year.
Just go with over 100 million or even a billion visits a year? Homes.com, the place to find a place.
Now, Tony will lead things off for the NL. Wow, everyone coming in for the Ohtani swing. And he takes strike one. Interesting. And he swings and misses strike one. That's foul off. Oh, 2. You guys are really Sohei Sense, aren't you? 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, 1-2. $35. 1-2 pitch. Driven in the center field. Over the head of the shorts of Wilson for a base hit, and Ohtani will hit the brakes with a single. Yeah, I kind of figured you guys were only in here for Shohei. Here comes Ronald Acuna Jr. In all honesty, how am I not surprised? First pitch. Is fouled off down the right field line, 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Oh, 2. Upstairs, 1-2. That's a slow roller to second. And it's good. And Torres will have to put that one in his pocket. It's an infield hit for Acuna. So runners on first and second and nobody out for the NL. And that is a very slow rolling grounder. There was no way Torres was going to get it. Ketel Marte of the Diamondbacks up next. Swings and misses at one low, 0-1. Marte down the right field line. It's a fair ball that's going to get Ohtani home at minimum. Acuna coming behind him. 1 run is in. And Acuna comes home. 2-run double for the NL. They get on the board first. Of course, that's usually a bad omen when you get on the board first as of late in the All-Star game. You usually end up losing in a lot of cases. Here comes Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman chance break out. And he takes ball 1. 1 with the outside with the heat that just misses low and away. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Freeman hits a chopper that forces Marte back. Caminero looks him over, fires to first, 1 down. Looks him back, fires to first, 1 down. Here's Manny Machado, 12th player to reach 350 homers, 2,000 hits. Fouled, hits the ump in the mask with the ball, 0-1. Ouch. Big time ouch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Why is that only going to get as many people as I did if Shohei's on the map at the plate? That one just misses, 1-2. And we got a challenge. This is the Auto Zone challenge. Let's see. Strike 3. Strike 3. Call overturned. I guess they're using using the All-Star game as a test subject for this automated strike zone thing. Either way, Machado goes down staring at it. 2 down. Batter is catcher Will Smith, and he takes it inside, 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Tarek Skubal, first time allowed 3 hits in the first inning this year. And it comes in the All-Star game. 0-2 pitch. Strike 3, and that ends the inning, but the NL gets 2 on 3 hits. NL looking to get out of a losing slump they've been in for decades.
24/7 emergency roadside service goes on in the gym. Sounds like you got one of your savings. My dudes. So do we call you? Oh, I think the stranger who loves friendly service and American football. Something to drink? Oh, yes, lots of tea, lovely. And a root beer with lots of ice. Yeah, you kind of look like someone. Get more than your savings. Get more with that. My cousin Daryl. Oh, we do look like Daryl.
You're sick. On vacation. Now your wife is faced with going out there. With them. Alone. But mom's having none of that. She got you a virtual visit with Amazon One Medical. And soon, beds will get delivered right to the hotel. Because no one gets out of joyful family fun. No one.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that opens up a world of possibilities. Double miles on everything you buy. Answer no.
Now Clayton Kershaw will pitch the second inning for the NL. I don't know about this. This gives him his 11th All-Star appearance, and Cal Raleigh racks one to left. Slide, big catch by Tucker in the warning at the edge of the track, taking away a double. First pitch, Raleigh swung at. Tucker had a beat on it, slid in the track, made the catch, and swiped a double. Here's Vladdy. He takes strike one. Admittedly, Kershaw's arm has lost a lot of its speed, so he'll have to trade in for control and finesse sooner or later. That bounces 1-1. Don't tip your pitches, you dumbass. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Got him with the curveball. 1-2. Bounces again, this time with a cut. 2-2. 2-2 to Junior. Vladdy Jr., that is. Got him! We got him looking. 2 down. Can you get away with that? I mean, I get the All-Star game is the exception to the rule where you have to pitch it to minimum 3 men, but still, hypocrisy much? I guess this is Kershaw's final All-Star game. I don't know. And it'll be Jason Adam of San Diego coming on to relieve Clayton Kershaw. Bubble gum. Ball one O'Hearn. Ball one. Ball one. Ball one. Hearn hits one to right field. That's going to go foul. Now I'm looking. Hang over. Ball players. Ball one. Now it's Carlos Rodon of the Yankees on the mound. The NL. Batters Cal Tucker of the Cubs. 1-0. Ball two. That's fouled off. 2-1. That's foul off again. Yeah. Ground ball. 1 down. Next up, Francisco Lindor for the Mets. Lindor, 260 batting average, 19 homers, 54 RBIs. First All-Star start as a Met. First pitch, and it's fouled off. 0-1. You guys know who will be up after the guy after Lindor if the NL gets a man on, right? Yep, Ohtani. Worst case, you'll have to wait till the third inning to see him. A one pitch is pop foul, 0-2 by Lindor. 1-2. That's coming in as half a game behind Philadelphia. They'll get the Reds on Friday. Philly gets an easier one with Washington. Ball 2. PCA waiting on deck. And Lindor goes down swing. First offensive outfield duo to start the All-Star game. 4 players with 50 or more RBIs. Tied for most in the NL. Average of 5.3 a game, most by the Cubs since 1935. It's been good on the north side if you're Chicago. Here's one of the reasons why. Peter Crow Armstrong. Ball 1. He was actually a Met prospect before we stupidly traded him away to get Javi Baez in 2021. Something I was against, to be perfectly honest. And PCA lines one in the right field. That's heading for the wall. Base hit. And it's a double. And that means Ohtani is up next. Inside out swing, gets a line drive, and hits a double out. Gets a double out. Here's Ohtani. And he takes strike 1. Even if Davey Roberts has been limiting how many innings he pitches a game, 1-1. 1 to Shohei. Ball 2. Ohtani smashes one down the right field line, but it hooks foul. 2-2. That was close, but hooked too far down on the foul side of the pole. Here's the 2-2. Let's see what we get. Ground ball, scooped up by Vladdy. He'll take it himself. Inning over. And now only gets an additional hit. Nothing else. We're through 2. 2-0 National League.
Applebee's 2 for $25. Get 1 appetizer and 2 entrees like the new chicken parmesan veggie.
Nice, there it is. Now up to the burger. And the big burger comes in higher. Hold it. Again. Choose 1 appetizer. Okay, son, focus on what you can control. Everything else, it's just numbers. But when you do someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you actually, we believe the same is true. I've got a lot going on right now. Let's focus. What are your top priorities? standard. And now, during the Chevy 4th of July sales event, qualified buyers can get 0% financing plus an additional $1,000 bonus. It's on in the Carolinas for 4 years. With Hotels.com, members save up to 20% with aftermarket discount. You could stay at a place with a killer spa. Get a manicure, clean up those mitts a little, eh? Hotels.com. Members save up to 20% at hundreds of thousands of hotels. What's going on, baseball fans? I'm Fox Weather meteorologist Bob Van Dillon. Here's a look at your all-star forecast. Here we go. It's thunder and lightning are coming in from the Windy City. This is a PCA, a Pete Crow Armstrong. We haven't seen anything move like this in over 20 years. Emergency home runs possible and stolen bases likely.
Ground ball up the middle, base hit as Logan Webb comes on. Caminaro's got the first hit for the AL as he gets it up the middle for a single. Logan Webb, of course, the starter for the San Francisco Giants. Middle and Cookie, and he bit on it. Not a lot of contact, but enough to get the run, get on base at minimum. Swing and a miss. Strike one to Javi Baez. Baez is only the fourth player to start an All-Star game in 3 different positions. He's played second, he's played short, and now he's playing center. Second and short were with the Cubs. 1-1. Swing and miss again. 2-2. This 1-2. This time he got him to bite on a sweeper. That's fouled off. We'll do it again. That cloud cover don't look good in Atlanta. The 1-2 pitch. Down away. 2-2. That they should be on paper, Clancy, but execution is debatable at best. That's grounded to third. Machado's got only one play, and it's the first, and he'll get the out. Caminero moves to second. What the fuck is Roberts doing? Oh, he's taking Freddie Freeman out and putting in Pete Alonso. Okay. Alonso will play the rest of the game at first base. Freddie will get a walk-off ovation. So the NL making a lot of defensive substitutions here in the early going. And Freddie getting a hug from his former manager, Brian Snitker. His pitching coach, Mark Pryor. Jacob Wilson of the A's hits one to left center. It's going to be Tucker calling off Armstrong to make the catch. 2 down. This will keep Caminero on and still stay at first, stay at second. That brings it back to the top of the batting order, and Gleyber Torres, strike one as he just stares at it. Swing and a miss at one, a sweeper low, 0-2. O two to Glaber. Chopper, Alonso will take it himself, inning over. So one hit for the AL squad, but nothing across it. But nothing comes of it. 2.5 innings complete, 2-0 National League. In the Midsummer Classic.
To help protect against pneumonia and invasive disease caused by certain types of pneumonia. ABSN is the only vaccine that helps protect against the strain that cause 84% of IPD in adults 50 or over 52% of adults who will conjugate vaccines. Don't get headaches with the flu allergy. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system. Common side effects include injection site reactions, feeling tired, headache, muscle aches, and fever. Whether you've had it or never had it,
AI from Google Cloud knows that 125 hitters tapped home plate in last year's postseason. Those who tapped once or more had a hard hit rate of 41%, which surprisingly, non-tappers untapped 7% more hard hits. Catch the game like never before. Justice. Citrus.
By celebrating all your nieces and nephews in 3 different states in the same weekend. Keep it structure and treating yourself to a poolside snooze. There's a window. The 25 hotel brands to choose from. Where there's a window, there's a way. A tender Italian steak and mozzarella sandwich so good you can't stop saying focaccia meal. Focaccia. Try the new Italian steak and mozzarella sandwich. It just sounds good at Panera.
Who was an all-star with the Hawks in 2004, is celebrating this year. The first pieces in. You guys will get me. This is so cool.
Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. lead off. For the NL in the third, he takes strike one. Acuna was one of 2 runners to score on a double. He faces Brian Wu, the Mariners, and he makes a big cut and miss. And there's Jacob Wilson's father, 2004 All-Star and longtime member of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Jack Wilson. 0-2 pitch. Strike 2. Ball 1-2. And Acuna goes down swinging. 1 down. Brian Wu, 8-4, 2.75 ERA, is a starter for Seattle. Here's Ketel Marte, who has the only run scored so far in this game. This one's chopped to second. Glaber will scoop it up. Bling it to Vladdy, 2 down. First, Jacob Wilson has become the first fan-elected rookie shortstop to start the game, the Midsummer Classic. Interesting. So up next, P. Alonso. As it calls his batter time. Alonso not leading the Mets in every category outside of RBIs and batting average. Pitch 1 is just too far inside, ball 1. Alonso leads the National League in doubles with 26 of them coming into the break. 21 home runs, 77 RBIs. Remember, All-Star Game home runs don't count towards his pursuit of Darryl Strawberry's record. Strike 1. 2-0. Alonso, lines 1, caught by Vladdy, and that ends the inning. It's a flimsy line drive, and that's it. 3 innings complete, 2-0 National League.
World of women's pro wrestling when I become the first TNA wrestler.
He's busy, Clancy. Easy for you to say, Morgan Freeman, you suck.
Design studio. Design contract. Yes, you're the creative type in the finance type. Realize you got this. Use QuickBooks to get your cash flow flowing. Get expert assistance to maximize your tax savings. Get back to doing what you love. Manage and grow your business all in one place. Into the QuickBooks. Your way to money. Score the latest gear with the best brands for football, soccer, volleyball, and more. Plus, choose thousands of cleats from Lego, Adidas, Jordan, and other top brands. Shop in store, Blitz.com to make your season
I don't know yet.
Get 2 new pieces for $6.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza. For dinner. This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Office of National Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Any accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
And now pitching for the New York Mets, David Peterson, their only starter to make the playoff. and to make the All-Star cut. Ball one. 1-1 to Riley Green. And Fernando Tatis Jr. moves in to replace R.A.J. in right. Swing and a miss, 1-2 on the sinker. One-two pitch. Struck him out swing. Gone with the slider. Did DP. But next comes a guy who is fucking dangerous. The Judge. 52, 27, 27, 9, 39, 62, 37, 58, and this year 35 by year. Strike one. Keep in mind, as I mentioned, All-Star Game homers don't count towards your total. In 22, he had 33 and 70. Last year, 34 and 85. This year, he's got 35 and 81. Step up in terms of his home runs, but a step down in terms of his RBIs. But each year, his batting average has gone up. With the exception of 23, as he was basically plagued by injuries, namely a broken toe. 1-2. Highest batting averages since 2022. Aaron Judge, number 2, only behind Luis Ariz of San Diego. It's from the ump cam. 1-2 pitch. Chop one in the hole. Lindor will get it. 2 down. But up next is the guy that's leading the league in home runs. Seattle's Cal Raleigh. Someone Peterson will see in about a month when the Mariners come into town. Strike one. A 1 pitch. That's ripped in the right center field. That's going to get to the gap. Tatis cuts it off, and Raleigh will have to hit the brakes with a single. Nice cutoff by Fernando Tatis Jr. He got where he knew the ball was going to go to when the gap stopped it from getting to the track. Vladdy Jr. lines one in the right center as well. Base hit, scooped up by Armstrong. Raleigh's going to go to third. The throw goes to second. Runners in the corners, and still 2 men out. Of course, the record for most homers by a catcher is Salvador Perez with 48, which he hit in 2021. Here's Ryan O'Hearn. And it's a grounder back to Peterson, who will just flip it to Alonso, underhanded to Alonso, and that ends the inning. But the NL do cough up another couple of hits. But 2 hits for the AL. They're starting to come alive a bit. 3.5 complete, 2-0 National League. National League is going to need to get more than just 2 fucking runs. They can't hold the line on that. And it's going to be Joe Ryan of the Minnesota Twins coming on the pitch.
Look after orphans and widows. And a quote. At the end of the episode, the angel said this quote from above. The wicked quote. Beloved, never avenged the character of men. He said, the Tower of He said, it was like a sign from God. I found myself the character of men said,
Milo.
the Tower of This is a reference to the Tower of Babel. In the movie the character Billy Bones talks about Long John Silver. These gears, gyros, and like himself. In the boy, Billy Bones is referring to the devil. In the movie The Black Cauldron, the character the Horn King is based on the devil. The character Tyrant in Enchanted Sword is the only object that can show. God told him not supervising which states therefore anyone is
Child pops it up, and that's going into the behind the National League dugout on one. Joe Ryan is a Twin, 272 ERA, 9.4, 091 WHIP, 121 to 23 strikeout walk ratio. Strike two. Two, 1-2. And he got him swinging. Here's Will Smith. And Smith pops it up. This one will be in fair ground. Torres backs up, makes a catch in shallow center. Here's Cal Tucker. One. All two. Two and two. Got him looking. Midsummer Classic continues 2-0 NL. But again, how long can they hold this line?
Being there for my daughter's wedding was after my dance to a song. That's why the Jonas Brothers.
Because it doesn't suit their needs or what they would like to see. Like how many try to change needing the space and this invasion.
She made it easy. Showing up as my sister.
But you can really listen to people. According to the research, girls now account for 44% of teen anime. The second,
friends at MasterCard have one more next Christmas. We are going to perform a new song. You'll be the first to hear it. It's called I Can't Sing. It's a song about hope. So hopefully, reason.
In recent times, both these series feature again, these shown taking a shot at it. But you know what was also not this is damn
Pay no attention to
So the entire baseball family in support of all of us this disease has just you can have sometimes dedicate to organizations to not the cancer.
Getting your whole
Should break your hand, makes them smile. That's what they like. They get on the shit. They like anime. They like popularity. So they can use that to push their agendas. And as far as racially diverse, I really believe people forget anime as a Japanese entity. It's like when movies to be more diverse when it comes from China. I truly believe these types of responses go to just as hard anime yesterday makes anime started 5 years ago. These are people who love to be part of the global means fair. And would love to grow Japanese culture and anime, honestly,
Shroud and Patrick Stewart solves rainbow paint while reaching for help. Now every library visit I make is accompanied by images of Christopher Lloyd appearing to the introduction. A prince literally only proposes after the princess gets hot and spends the rest of the movie fighting a storm.
The NL will make another pitching change. This time, out goes David Peterson, and in comes Mackenzie Gore. Corbin Carroll will take over for Kyle Tucker in left field, so double shift for Davey Roberts again. And they'll face Junior Caminero. Taking on Ellie De La Cruz and the Reds. This will come down a few weeks from Saturday. Everyone's ditching the baseball helmets for the racing crash helmets. The Speedway Classic from Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee. Saturday, August 2nd. I really don't like this. Once this race is over, you got to tear the track down within a 6-week stretch to get the pits back up and running again. Because what's going to happen in 6 weeks? 6 weeks after that game? Simple. Bristol playoff race in the Cup Series. In the playoff races across NASCAR circuits, across the circuits. Mackenzie Gore has not been a good pitcher. 3.02 bank ERA, 4.8 record, 1.20 WHIP. It's a 138 to 35 K to BB ratio that got him in. Especially when you consider how far South Washington's gone. That one's fouled off by Caminero to the backstop, 0-1. Caminero, the youngest ever player to get into the All-Star game. 0-1 pitch, that's also fouled back. 0-2. I hate when that happens. Small grounder. Lindor scoops it up. He'll fire the first. One down. Miguel Alonso, one down. Yeah, got that right. The Blue Jays have become the hot dogs. And the Blue Jays and the Red Sox have been the hot dogs over the course of the last month or so. And the Yankees are sandwiched in between them. Ball one to Javi Baez on the curveball. 2-0. Slow chopper. Lindor's going to have to play on a hop. Alonso got him. 2 down. Alonso has to play down on a double hop. 2-hopper. Scoop it up and get him. 2 down. So, yeah. Here comes Jack Wilson. In all honesty, outside of that first inning 2-run double, this has been pretty boring. Why didn't I just do the damn wrestling tonight? Wilson takes ball one. Some changes for the NL. Brendan Donovan of St. Louis comes in to play second. Goodman of the Rockies is now behind the plate. And Suarez is playing third from San Diego. Autobahn strike challenge. Ball two. Strike call returned. It's now 2-0. Wilson lines one to right. Grounds one to Lindor. Not that the challenge matters. Inning over. We're halfway home in Atlanta in the All-Star game. 2-0 National League. I really wish that the whole This Time It Counts campaign was still going. But then again, it was overly redundant where during that campaign, with the exception of 3 straight years from 2010 to 2012, the NL always got their damn asses kicked. Lindor, PCA, and Ohtani due up for the NL in the fifth. Well, that didn't take too long for it to get out of there.
We understand there are many problems like sleep that can keep you up at night. And our sleep experts have the reliable training, know-how, and tools to match you with the perfect cooling mattress. Like the Temper Breeze, it's designed to help you feel up to 10 degrees cooler. And right now, upgrade to a Tempur-Pedic with 0% interest for 72 months. So the great sleep you deserve. Visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Beach. She isn't just a place. She is an element. And salt and spray. She shows us through relentlessly into the present. That's what's inside every bottle of Corona. So no matter where your journey takes you, it's just a sense of feeling. Don't just focus. And Corona, not blind, not wait.
And Drew Rasmussen of Tampa comes in to face Francisco Lindor. He lays off on 1-0. Go. Yes, he did. He went around this time, 1-1. One, two to Lindor. One, two. 2-2. Hank Anderson coming up at the end of the sixth. Lindor lines one to right, but it's going to be caught by Rosarena, who's now in right field. One away. Which is fucking sad. Here's PCA, who has the only other hit outside the front three in the NL lineup. Strike one. Ball one. Two no. Look who you idiot. 2-1. Popped up. Short left. And Green with the catch. Here's Schwarber from Philadelphia. Strike one. So, sorry, folks. It looks like Ohtani's been swapped out for Philadelphia Phillies' Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber fouls that one off, 0-2. So Ohtani leaves the All-Star game with a single and a strikeout, huh? Since 2017, Kyle Schwarber is number 2 with most homers, 298. Only guy ahead of him, Aaron Judge, 346. Schwarber gets under this one. It's deep, but it's playable and caught by Buxton to end the inning. We're through 5, still 2-0, National League. And now the Red Ace will take the shot and get his debut. Hey, I bet!
Swelling or redness in the genital area. Don't use it allergic to jargon. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower than loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet. It's really small. Sorry to tell. 2 summer sensations are blind in the DQ. One is sure to save the summer. And the other, yeah, he's Superman. Hurry in for the new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat. Right now, DQ. Insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting paid. You need protection for that. Easy pay. Just
Shut up, Bateman.
Because you're true, you just can't say that. What if he said it in Spanish? Homes.com is el mejor. No. What did he say? Homes.com. It's the best. Homes.com. It's the best.
And Chisholm chops out one foul. He'll take over at third base from the New York Yankees. On one. Let's just say that Jazz Chisholm had probably the most embarrassing performance in the home run derby last night. 2-1. All three. The butterflies are in Abbott's stomach at the moment. Chisholm will play second for the rest of the game. Full count. De La Cruz, Stowers, and Carroll come in. That's driven to center. That's deep, but playable for Carroll, and he'll make the catch as he pivots over to left center. One down. Alonso this year is second in the National League in the Mets franchise in homers. That's fouled off by Green, 1-1. 0-1. Number one in getting plunked. Number two in homers. He's only 5 back of Strawberry. If he can get at least 6 more, he'll break the record. Which is one of the reasons he skipped the Derby this year. He wants his full strength. 1-1. That's popped up. Right center field. Carroll's under it again. 2 down. Coming up at the end of the 6th is a tribute to Hammer and Hank Aaron. Rosarena takes strike 1. One one. Strike 2. Bouncer back to Abbott. He'll scoop it to Alonso. Inning over. 5.5 innings down. 3.5 to go. And we're still at 2-0 National League. Keep in mind, it was announced that the 2026 All-Star Game will be heading up north, specifically to Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, Tuesday, July 14th of 2026.
decreased blood counts, new cancers to other organs, including skin cancers, heart rhythm problems, and liver problems. Tell your doctor if you have flu-like symptoms, blood in stool or urine, faster heartbeat, dizziness, feeling faint, chest discomfort, shortness of breath, stomach pain, dark urine, or yellowing skin. These are not all the possible side effects. Use sun protection. Calpins may harm your newborn baby.
Crypto!
The fighting, and you can focus on the things you're loving. Ask your doctor if Calpins is right for you. At the UPS store, we have all grown up because we're a small business. That's why we're to help protect your privacy store and to give your business a real street trust store. So while you're juggling everything else like the boss you are, here's the extra care cancel. You can count on us at shredding your mailbox with anything and everything to keep you going store. Visit the upsstore.com/save and get 3 months of free mailbox services today.
People don't appreciate it. We have no confidence whatsoever. Merely as common use.
Ball one. And that's Chris Bubich of Kansas City on the mound for the AL squad. 1-1. Tatis at the plate. First at bat of the game for FTJ. Ball two. Bobby Witt Jr. You're Kansas City. That's 3-1. Now on for the Royals, playing third base. Steve Kwan of the Guardians now in left. And Alejandro Kirk of the Blue Jays now on the catch. Swing and a miss by Tatis. 2-3 full count. And Aranda and Jonathan Aranda of the Braves now on the play first. Payoff pitch is high, ball 4, so we get a leadoff walk for the NL. And Miguel Garcia of Kansas City comes in to play third base. Oh, Bobby Witt Jr.'s at third. It's short, my bad. Scooble is on the hook for the L, just for those wondering. And here's Brendan Donovan of the Cardinals, and he'll take ball 1, low and away. Tatis takes off. The throw to second, not in time. The NL is hell-bent on winning this game at any and all costs. Two 2-0. That's shot foul by Donovan. 2-1. First time since the Tucker double in the third inning, either team at the NL has had a runner in scoring position. Donovan grounds ball through the left side. Witt will grab it. The throw is wide, and Donovan is safe. Runners at the corners for Alonso. Honestly, Bobby Witt Jr. should have just left that in his pocket. Alonso takes ball one, almost hit him. Struck, lined out, lazy line out to Vlad in his only other at bat in this game so far. 1-0. Alonso smacked this one. Deep right field. Is that going to go? Yes! Towards the chop house. Pete Alonso with a 3-run bomb, his first All-Star home run. 5-0 National League. And since this was done by a Met, you know what that means.
And so gets underway the deep center track near the wall, and it's out of here. Tywin ahead with 0-2. And he flies one out to right field. Back goes Tucker to the warning track. Back in the field. It's out of here. Once Alonso. And he lifts one out to right field. Chasing Rodin back to the warning track, and it's out of here! Pete Alonso goes the other way.
Taco by Alonso, and now Eugenio Suarez is up next. He comes in. It's in for Machado to play third. Slow grounder to Chisholm. 1 down. Is it raining in Atlanta? I know there were some threats of a thunderstorm in the area. Last one to do it, David Wright in the 2006 game in Pittsburgh. Bubic gonna get the hook. And for the first time since 2018, the National League All-Star squad has scored more than 3 fucking runs. We'll take a pitching change timeout as Casey Mize of the Detroit Tigers will come on to pitch for the American squad.
It's easy to see. Lowering my A1C. For adults with type 2 diabetes and no heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too. Serious side effects include increased ketones and blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardiance may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy.
We'll face the Colorado Rocky catcher Hunter Goodman when we come back.
Low blood sugar or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur.
After him, it'll be Corbin Carroll, who's been moved from center to left to center for Kyle Flowers in Miami. So essentially, everyone is off the bench for the With the exceptions of Matt Olson and James Wood, I do expect Olson to take over for Alonso when this inning is over. And when this cycle of at-bats is over. And Wood to either take over in center for Corbin or go to left and move Stowers to center. In any case, Goodman fouls this one off. 0-1. By contrast, the only players left on the bench for the American League are Zach McKinstry of the Tigers and Trevor Rooker of the A's, who will DH. Goodman flies this one to left center. It's not deep. And it's Buxton who makes the catch. 1-2 down. Coming up at the end of this inning is the Hank Aaron tribute. Corbin Carroll fouls that one off. 0-1. It's not often I do the All-Star game, for those wondering. I've only done it twice. Anyone remembers this was the first time I did it with Mega Man and G was before I joined at the time, Big Blue Crew Sports Network, or even Uncut discovered them. That's low in the dirt, 1-1. One pitch. Of course, consequences are that Detroit got swept this past weekend by the Mariners, and each game they got crushed. Fly ball to deep right center field, and this one is gone in the State Farm section for Corbin Carroll. 6-0 National League. And Hunter the Bobcat just puts it up and puts it in. .414 14-foot shot. There's Ellie De La Cruz of the Reds, and he takes strike one. Upstairs 1-1.
I'm leaving that dream until you get here and tell me what you do.
Swing and a miss, strike three. We now do the Henry Aaron tribute. But 6 innings complete, 4 more runs added by the NL, 3 of them on this bad boy by Pete Alonso.
If you could save $2 million on these contracts, I feel like these are definitely player-friendly contracts, not necessarily team-friendly. Yeah, from around of the team.
Did your streaming expire?
Jacob, what's up?
Save the day by using the Vector Customized Cash Rewards card. That just earns 6% cash back on online purchases for the first year from account opening. Would you like to do? This is a meal. We're talking about good food that means dancing vibrant.
Dude, that's gonna be pretty sick.
We can jump right now. NFT, the call. Don't hurt yourself, dog. I suggest you ask Undertaker if it's a good idea to step in the trick wheel tonight. You wasted my time. I'm gonna take a seat, none of y'all know it. At all.
April 8th, 1974. Bone County. Dodge!
Told you your size didn't matter. You still won't win. You see, all it really does is target. And the bigger they are, the oh, no. You're not telling your throat for an Are you serious? You can't. Oh, you can't stand insane. These are the whole deal.
The truth. Nobody has ever seen before.
Take this.
This is just every day we witness the world. Big explosions like this.
was reversed. Tommy, right? It's nice to meet you. Who did? Feeling small, are we? Very careful. Getting angry is bad for
There's Billy Aaron Hank's rant, or his widow, I don't remember which. Anyway, top of the 7th about to begin, and who did the NL send to the mound this time? Adrian Morejon. He'll face Alejandro Kirk of the Blue Jays. That's line in the right center for a base hit. Adrian Morejon, 47 games. Ames one of the better arms out of the bullpen, but you got to figure that San Diego bullpen has been heavily overtaxed in recent weeks. This Saturday, we get back on the grind with Boston against the Cubs. Too bad I won't be here for that. 1-1. It's only the 4th hit of the night for the AL. Matt Olson comes in to play first, like I guess. Swung and a miss, 2-1, as Aranda is now at the plate for the American League. Only players they got left, as I mentioned, are Rooker and one other utility infielder. 2-1 pitch. Too high, 3-1. And McKinstry. This has been the most comfortable on paper the NL has been in years with a lead. Strike 2. Lead in the All-Star game. Last time they had a lead this big was the 2012 game, which they shut out the AL 8-0 in. And it's a walk, and Arona and Morejon is in deep trouble, about ready to squander it for the NL. Especially when you consider the National League's got 9 outs to work with, and here from the A's is Trevor Rooker. As Goodman goes out to try to calm. And it looks like Morejon's coming out after just 2 bat pitchers, so who's coming in next for the NL? It'll be Randy Rodriguez, another Padre. Interesting. But in any case, we'll take a timeout. Yeah, pitching change timeout. At least for bullpen arms. Ball one to Brent Rooker. This is something the NL does not want right now. A chance for the AL to get back in the game, and they're giving it, and they're basically giving them, oh, it's from San Francisco, excuse me. Rodriguez is from the Giants. 2-0. Kirk on second. Aranda at first. That's gone. And it's not coming back. And that cuts the deficit. And in one swing, because of incompetent choices for bullpen arms, the AL has cut their deficit in half. Brent Rooker cuts the NL lead in half. It's now 6-3. Waiting on the fastball. Boom. Straight away left center. That one was not coming back. Foul ball by Garcia, 0-1. Yep, straight middle cookie. He went for the cookie. You sound the cookie, he got the cookie. 1-1. Two 2-0. 2-1. That one goes high, 3-1. And whether it's the fact that it's starting to rain in Atlanta, there's a fog bank, I don't know what's going on. Let me see what the weather is in Atlanta right now. Here we go, Atlanta. Is there a fog bank? Strike two. Odd. Payoff pitch. Ball four. And it's four batters in a row that reached safely for the AL. This is something Davey Roberts does not want to see after the 6-0 advantage has more or less getting ready to evaporate for the AL, for the National League. Byron Buxton up from Minnesota up next. 41,702 have arrived. 41,702 in attendance at Truist Park. 1-0 pitch. Buxton hits this one to left. It's deep, but it's playable for Stowles. He'll make the catch. 1 down. Next Saturday, it's back to baseball in America. Well, some will get St. Louis against Arizona. Others, like myself, will get Boston against Chicago. Cubs, that is. We'll get the Red Sox visiting the Cubs. Bobby Witt Jr. of Kansas City now up and takes ball 1. Throw gets away in the center, and that's going to be... There goes the chain. Goodman just overshot that. Donovan was not going to be able to catch it. So stolen base and an E2. Two and out. Two one. Been since they won the title in 2015. Swing and a miss, 2-2. And while the Royals might not be able to get a division title this year, a wild card spot still in the works, but they got a lot of work to do. Ground ball, Donovan, 2 down. It'll get another run home. 2 down, but that takes away all but the 4-run lead that the NL built. The additional 4 runs. Tigers have been in their division lead the longest, 103 days. Houston at 45, and then Toronto, the current leaders of the East, have only been in front for a little over 2 weeks. 6-4 NL. Jazz Chisholm Jr. up next. Olsen knocks it down, but it's going to be a fielding error. Keeps the inning alive. A lot of top spin. And now from the Cleveland Guardians, the tying, and now the NL's got the tying, the AL's got the tying run up. Stephen Kwan of the Guardians. And this is not what Davey Roberts wanted to see. A 6-run lead collapsing on itself when the NL had 9 outs left to play with. We had 9 outs to play with. And we're going to get another pitching change. Who's it going to be this time for the NL? Who's it going to be? Rodriguez only gets 1 out. It'll be Trevor McGill of the Milwaukee Brewers. Interesting choice, but I'm not going to hold him accountable for it. Be at odds with him for it. Player renamed Hockey. First pitch hit down the right field line, but it's going to go foul on 1. Quan doesn't have much in his, but his consistency is why he got to the All-Star game. Ball 1. Trevor McGill, 21-24 in saves, 2.41 ERA. The brother of Met pitcher Tyler McGill, who's on the shelf. Did he go? He did go around 1 and 2. One, 2. Ground ball. This one scooped up by Suarez. He'll fire to Olsen, inning over. But unfortunately for the NL, they allow the AL to get all 4 runs they got in the previous inning back. Time to stretch. NL 6, AL 4 in the 2025 MLB All-Star Game. This is my one, Dad. Just thank you. Beside her and died the night with the light from above. From mountains to the prairies to the oceans, white with foam. The sun I'll let it go. Oh, hey, Kenny. Hey, Ricky. No, gloomy given it's been raining all weekend. No. Oh, by the way, I'm first one to 8 o'clock. Yes, me. Want to do? Sure. Here she is. Hi, Caitlin. It's for you, ma'am. Ma'am? I'm pretty sure you're familiar with one Caitlin Glass. It's an accomplishment. Miami's condition is accomplishment. Miami's condition accomplished? What do you mean? I got an old acquaintance to sign the watch. Who's it? Caitlin. Caitlin? Oh my gosh, Caitlin Glass? Mm-hmm. Okay, so to start the 7th, it'll be Carlos Estevez of the Royals. This will face Kyle Stowers of the Marlins leading off. $19.79 All-Star Game. I got sisters in me. A memory to Dave. We also commemorate this to the memory of Pittsburgh Pirate legend Dave Parker, 7-time All-Star, 2-time batting champion, 2-time World Series champ, 78 National League MVP in 78, World Champion in 72 and 79. Part of that We Are Family Pittsburgh squad. Family. Oh, with the A's, and then 79 with the Pirates. Estevez takes a... And Stowers attacks, but he fouls it off 0-1. Never been a fan of Creators, to be honest. One. Stowers swings and misses 1-2. So essentially, the 2-run double still being the only in the first inning by Ketel Marte, the major difference maker. And Stowers goes down swinging, strike 3. Back to the top of the order for the NL. That means back to Kyle Schwarber. So every player is now in for the NL. This is the final lineup for the National League All-Star squad. Schwarber, Tatis Jr., Donovan, Olsen, Suarez, Goodman, Carroll, De La Cruz, and Stowers. 2-0 to Schwarber. You know, Diaz and Rodriguez will be due up in the 8th and 9th. The question is which one you pitch for the NL in the 8th and 9th. The question is which one does which. And who's doing which? 3-0. Schwarber takes strike one. Davey Roberts, the sixth Dodger to manage the All-Star team. Other Dodgers do it. The guy from the 60s, Tommy Lasorda, that's fouled off. Joe Torre, Donnie Base, Joe Torre. Tequila. Payoff pitch is high and away, ball 4, so Schwarber's on with a 1-out walk. Here's Fernando Tatis Jr. He got on with a dump. He singled, stole a bag, and then scored on the Alonso homer last inning. That's hit foul down the right field line. 0-1. Oh, he walked. Excuse me. Strike 2. And he goes down chasing it. Tipped it. Well, actually tipped it into the glove. Strike 3. Brendan Donovan of the St. Louis Cardinals now up. Remember, this is the final lineup for this game for the National League. They cannot make any more swap outs. Donovan fouls that one off and ricochets off the barricade of the break of the NL dugout 0-1. The AL, they still have Zach McKinstry on the bench. On the other hand, still has Zach McKinstry on the bench. He should be coming in the 8th. That's fouled down the first base line, 0-2. Again, you turn yourself around. That's why. Fuck the hokey pokey. One, 2. Ball 1. Ball 2. Oh, too loud. Looped in the center, base hit. Schwarber will hit the brakes at second. Donovan's got a single. Ron Olson, no stranger to the land, was born in Lilburn, Georgia, 25 miles from his high school in Parkview. 2 strikes. And there's Chipper Jones, 2018 Hall of Famer. 18 years as a Brave. Nightmare for Met fans. Payout 0-2 pitch, and Olsen just goes down staring at it. Leaves the runners on base. So 1 hit, 1 walk, and 2 stranded, and nothing for the NL to recover. We go to the 8th, and it's going to be Jacob Mizorowski. Okay, interesting choice. I would have gone to Edwin, but I'm going to kill. But the fact that Edwin has not been in the All-Star game at all here, despite the fact being picked by the Mets to go, I'm going to kill Davey Roberts for not putting the man in.
All we need to do now is find the perfect place to put it. It's where we live our lives together, so it has to be special. I can find it anywhere, so I'll leave it to you, Gigi. Don't say things like that, though. This is the kind of thing we should decide together. A married couple discusses everything before making a final decision. At least that's what I've heard. Whoa, seriously? Yeah, seriously. Now let's go shop around together. This spot looks pretty good, huh? In my opinion, it might be just noisy. I prefer somewhere quieter. The whole aura here is a little unsettling. Yeah, I agree. Really? If you say so. What about here? Absolutely not. It's top the cliff? No way. It's certainly quiet. You. So inconvenient. We can't go anywhere. Yeah. But it's so Jay. It's just too much like a vacation home. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. This is our home, not somewhere to train. No! No, wait. Okay. How about this? Looking for. Oh, yeah? Woo! Let's get our outfit.
First pitch to Rosarena is a strike, high heater. 5 career starts, fused before his first All-Star game. You gotta admit, Milwaukee's putting a lot of stock in this kid. Ball 1. Too bad that heat's gonna lead to a massive downside. The 9th. Of 404 pitches thrown, he's thrown 89 of them over 100. 1-1 pitch. 2-1. Three and 1, and the Miz is not showing a lot of pitch command.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Adventures in Odyssey. There's no umbrella? Not exactly. Then what exactly?
Popped up.
Well,
Foul.
I sort of gave it
Behind the scenes with the official Adventures in Odyssey last week, and he mentioned.
You're right. It does hurt to have people not believe you. It hurts real bad. But when someone you trust lies, well,
Arena hits one to left center, and it's caught by Carroll. One down.
Lucy up here? Yeah, I'm over here. What do you want? So I see. Maybe you need to listen to this program again. And that's easy to do.
First foul it off. O2 pitch to Kirk. Foul to the backstop. We'll do it again. Foul behind the plate. We'll do it again. Matt Olson ties himself with Andres Galarraga for most first baseman appearances by a Brave in the All-Star game. The only two ahead of him on Matt. Big dog is Fred McGriff. Kirk flies this one to right. It's a lazy fly. And it's up by Tatis for the second out. So here's the question if you're Davey Roberts. Who do you go to in the ninth? Do you go to Robert Suarez, who leads the league in saves from San Diego, or do you go to a much fresher arm in Edwin Diaz of the New York Mets? If Mizorowski holds the line. Here's Jonathan Aranda. Strike one. One. Corbin Carroll, the first ever Diamondback to hit a homer in the All-Star game. That's interesting. That's ripped foul down the third baseline. Ground ball through the hole, base hit in the right. Aranda on with the single. And now Zach McKinstry comes in to replace Brent Rooker. He represents the tying run at the plate. Strike one. That's fouled off, 0-2. Too high, 1-2. McKinstry hits this one a high fly to right. Couple of steps back by Tatis, but he makes the catch to end the inning. So one hit for the American League, but nothing. But they can't drive the runner home. So every batter has been used up. So with McKinstry's appearance at the plate, both teams have used up every batter they have. 7.5 complete, 6-4 National League. National League 6, American League 4.
Leaping up in the air, its ability, the explosion athletically. So far, both sides. Junior Corley, Escobar.
Dexter Dodgeball. Dodgeball!
Zero works 24/7 to kill 99.9% of bugs trapped.
First pitch to Suarez almost hits him. And Chicago White Sox pitcher Shane Smith, who now takes on the mound. Strike one.
Always had those.
2-1. Did that hit him? Yep, it got him in the hand.
Especially since around here we tend to focus on finding out on a weekly basis new ways of screwing up.
But Blackest Night? Why this one?
Admittedly, I had thought that stuff, especially since around
But why the Blackest
focus
Night?
on finding out on a weekly basis new ways of screwing up. But
Blackest Night?
why this one? Admittedly, I at least have a little history with Black Lanterns.
And James Wood will replace Hunter Goodman.
That on-screen struggle was the stuff they write songs about. But anyway, yeah, even way back when it was just the first issue that had come out, people were asking me to review it. I mean, you might as well. So let's see. Meeting everybody against them. Hawkman again. And people new with light. There's my black script. These new rings have the same fear. Ray Palmer and Lex Luthor so far. But kudos on the other choices. Barry had been the one going around
1-1.
people and getting them. Scarecrow is obvious. Wonder Woman loves every living being in the universe, which is why she's Barry Allen becomes a Blue Lantern.
Oh.
Scarecrow, a Yellow Lantern of Fear. Ray Palmer, the Indigo Lantern of Compassion. Mara, a Red Lantern of Rage. Wonder Woman,
1-2.
Star Sapphire of Love, healing her black ring. And Lex Luthor as an Orange Lantern of Avarice. Ray Palmer is a bit of a stretch, and Mary Rage seems like something they needed to particularly so far. But kudos on the other choices, right? Barry had been the one going around inspiring people and getting them to rise up. Scarecrow is obvious. Wonder Woman loves every living being in the universe, which is why she snapped Maxwell Lord.
2-2 pitch to Wood. Ball 3. As a slow chopper, Suarez throws second to get Suarez. Woods speed will get him the first on force out.
So the selfish stuff ways. Batman and Superman do that too, but to a lesser extent than her. She's an embodied lantern casting of Lex Luthor as an Orange Lantern. Power,
Avarice,
utter greed,
and want.
And the greed is not about money, but just wanting more and more for himself. Power, adoration, etc. And of course, we all know he's not that greedy. After all, he loves to share his tips with people. Enter issue 7 with it.
Lewis, this is the guy who stole 40 cakes. And it's canon. That legitimately stole 40 cakes. And it's canon.
Lanterns join in on a direct attack on Necron, and it does nothing. I'm used to being overlooked, but Necron's not giving orders due to whole undead horror, guardian creature for the white light. Contradictions and lack of fulfilled ideas in some areas are frustrating, but not enough to ruin the overall enjoyment of reading it. The tie-ins serve to enhance the story, and while stuff like Corps members to join his group probably should have been a part of the main narrative, its absence does not hurt the story too much. One flaw in regards to the scope of things is that while the first issue explored various aspects of the DCU and how they would be touched upon by the Black Lantern invasion, you don't really see how this was a universal problem in the main series, which pretty much kept the action 99% of the time to Earth. And considering the story stuff related to the entities, I suppose that makes sense. But since this was the storyline that Jeff Johns had been building up to for several years, you'd think that in the main miniseries, we'd see just how big an issue this was and not just relegate that to the tie-in. The artwork is fantastic, going for a very dark and simultaneously really damage your dead horse coming back to life.
Hey.
guess what? From now until August 3rd, you can get any pizza and any toppings for just $9.99 at Domino's. So here's what I got myself on this fine evening. First is this secret menu pizza on crunchy thin crust with Alfredo sauce finished feta green pepper.
So I could spend a lot of time.
Carroll takes ball one. It's Andres Munoz of the Seattle Mariners coming on. Inside falls from the skies, and darkness grows. It's all light dies. They break your hearts. Your eyes by his back. 1-2. My back. Dad, all right. 2 is upstairs, 2-2. That's fouled off.
How about this? Next week in Houston, triple threat match for the NXT Championship. Yeah, hi.
And it's a walk. And now comes Ellie De La Cruz of the Cincinnati Reds. First pitch to Ellie. Outside. 1-0. Very small now. 1-0 pitch. 2-0. And 3-0. That's fouled off. 3-1. A fly ball to left. And Quan gets it. 2 down. Yeah, last game out, Munoz got busted and was a catalyst to the Yankees coming back from 5 down to win 6-5 in extras last Thursday, I think it was. 2-on, 2 out for Stowers, and he takes a big cut but misses. 0-1. Stowers just takes that one up and out. Ball 1. That's fouled off. 1-2. Two and two. Don't count. Count has popped up, and we'll do it again. It's going to be Diaz or Suarez. It looks like it's going to be Suarez to start. Who's going to pitch? Who's going to try to close it out for the NL? Payoff pitch. Stars and chances. Just caught it. Strike three. Tough break for Stowers. Bottom of the order for the AL coming up, and they need the runs. They'll face Robert Suarez of San Diego. So it's up to Garcia, Buxton, and Wick to do something for the American League of the Ninth. Ow. As I mentioned, they'll be facing Suarez. We go to the ninth with the score. National League All-Stars 6. American League All-Stars 4. This is the first time since the 2018 All-Star game that the NL squad has scored more than just 3 runs, and only the second time since the 2013 game. On the verge of winning their second game in the last 3 years. Zarowski out, Suarez in. I'll be so glad when this game's over. And keep in mind, all the teams have used up all their hitters. There are not many pitchers left in their pens. Their main pitchers in the bullpen for the American League, if we even get to extras, which we won't, are Aroldis Chapman and Josh Hader. They're from the Red Sox and Astros, respectively. The only one left in the NL pen is Edwin Diaz of the Mets. Paul Skeens went 1 inning, struck out 2, no hits. Kershaw, 2/3 of an inning. Adam, 1/3 of an inning. Logan Webb, 1 hit in 1 inning. David Peterson, 2 hits and a strikeout in an inning. Kenzie Gore and Adam Abbott, each perfect innings. But then Morajon gave up 2 runs. First pitch from Garcia's up and nearly hits him, ball 1. Then Rodriguez gave up 2 runs, one of them not earned, before Miguel was able to mitigate damage. And Mizarowski, 1 out, 1 hit. That's fouled off. Yeah, especially when you consider since 1987, the AL has been kicking their asses more often than not. Since 87, the NL has only won 7 All-Star games, one ending in a tie in 02, and we never even got the 2020 game because of a certain scumbag doctor giving the green flag to a virus. Fly ball right, and that's going to hook foul. That would have gone over the fence. 1 and 2, but it was hooked too much. One-two pitch. Chopped. Suarez got him. 1 down. And busted finger and all. One down, 2 to go. Barehanded it too. Here's Buxton. Ball 1. Well, like I said, everyone's used up both teams have used up every player. Buxton hit the 12th twin cycle in history, in the team history, and the first in Target Field history. That one shot up the hole in the right for a base hit. Buxton's going to try for 2, and he makes it. Tying run coming up to the plate in Bobby Witt Jr. Olsen just wasn't fast enough to dive for that one. First pitch to Witt. Swings and misses. Strike 1. Witt hit a ground down the 7th that brought a run home. It cut the deficit from 3 down to 2. That's foul to the backstop. 0-2. Ole, 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 ole. 0-2. Ripped in the right. That's going to go down to the corner for a hit. That's going to bring in another run. It's now 6-5. And you can tell with how much he's been used over the last few weeks for San Diego, Robert Suarez is heavily overtaxed. It's time to give him the hook and bring in Edwin Diaz, especially with the tying run now in scoring position for the AL. And they are going to go to Diaz. This is a nail biter if I've ever seen one. Chisholm waits on deck. We'll be up at bat. God, just let the NL get the W here, please. Yeah, hold on. 9. So speed. And it's gonna be.
She is an elephant, and salt and spray. She shows us relentlessly into the present. Every bottle of Corona. So no matter where your train takes you, with just a sweet smile, the beach is always everything.
So glad I'm going to the chiropractor Tuesday next week. This week in my neck is really starting to get.
Yeah, he's Superman. You for the new Superman cake back cookie dough flip it treat. Right now, thank you.
Ouch. Largest comeback win was 5 runs by the National League in 1955. The ALs trailed by as much as 6. Chisholm check swings it and fouls it off 0-1. We haven't seen Diaz since Saturday. Third All-Star selection, 1.66 ERA. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Chisholm. What? Stop by Olsen. He'll flip to Diaz to get the second out. But the third goes Witt Jr. So the tying run is 90 feet away. If that ball gets past Olsen, we got a tie game. What a save by Matt Olsen. It is down to Kwan, the last hope for the American League. First pitch is up and away. Ball middle up. Ball 1. Strike 1. Kwan swings at the slider low, 1-2. The American League is down to their final strike. Man on third, 2 outs, top 9. Pressure cooker Sitch. Diaz's pitch is fouled off. We'll do it again. Ow. And that's fouled off again. Here's my question. Who gets MVP honors? Alonso, Carroll, or Tatis? Or Marte if the NL win. Goodwin goes to try to talk to Diaz on how to pitch. Takes it in, 2-2. Kwan's second lowest strikeout percentage in the American League, only behind Jacob Wilson. 2-2. Lil Chopper. And it's a tie game. Damn it. It's a soft tapper. If Suarez is playing in on that, this game's over. But instead, he plays too far back, and Kwan is able to blitz it out. And he takes off, strike one. One and a stolen base. Son of a bitch. Strike two to Rosarena, but it might not matter even if he does strike out. Ball one. Diaz doesn't like that call. Strike three, but it doesn't matter. The AL has come back to tie it. We go to the bottom of the ninth. NL 6, AL 6. It'll be Schwarber, Tatis, and Donovan to try to close it out.
What you see is what you get. Exactly.
And it'll be Aroldis Chapman who comes in to pitch for the NL. This will not for the AL. This will not be an easy pitching matchup. Pitch versus batter matchup for Schwarber. Of course, Schwarber and Aroldis has still got some of that speed on that split finger. Strike one. It's outside. 1-2. 1-1. Schwarber fouls that one off. Strike two. Last one was the 2008 AL victory, 4-3 in the walk-off fashion. Lines it, caught by Garcia, one down. They'll get the Cubs to start the weekend, the quote-unquote second half. Seriously, why not just start the season? Play the All-Star game at Game 81, damn it. I'll never figure out. First pitch to Tatis, and he takes strike one. Strike two. And Tatis goes down swinging. When we go to once this inning ends, if it doesn't end on a homer, it will go down to a derby. Since the Devers trade, Boston has won 16 of their last 25. San Francisco's lost 14 of their last 25. Donovan takes ball one. Talk about slowing the game down. Strike one. He fouls it off down the left field line. And it's Rooker. Can I just say I'm not a fan of this new concept? 0-2 pitch, 1-2. I've openly stated on other broadcasts I'm not going to be a fan of what this new bullshit setup is. Let's pop foul and we'll do it again. Ball two. And now we go to the dumbass derby setup. Something I fucking hate. We go to a swing off. Are you fucking kidding me? Of all the All-Star games, I think to go back. Here's how this will work: 3 players from each team, 3 swings from each player, alternate. The team with the most home runs wins the game. Let's see. For the AL, it's probably going to be Rooker, Judge, and Raleigh. And for the NL, Alonso, Ohtani, and Schwarber. Interesting choices. I thought it'd be their big. What? And the fans do not like the calls from either side. More so from Roberts. Yeah, I don't know what Boone's up to gambling on 1 relatively known home run hitter and 2 non-relatively known home run hitters. Or rather, 2. Okay, he said a Rosarena. He said Rooker.
Listening. I got an idea. Go bust down here. Well, a lot of guys have tried it. And he had a buddy who tried to break out. I can tell him. He tried to climb up the wheel. They tried to go over the beach for dog. When they cheated him first, they put him in the pen just to soften him up. And they made him put away all the toys in the playroom. Transferred him to Happy Valley Daycare. We never saw him again.
Pay attention. We're looking for somebody who's ready to go to the top. It's a sport that's very dangerous. It requires 100% of your attention. I mean, not everybody can do this. That's boring. I know I'm different. 17. Someone's gonna get for you. Played safe for my whole life.
How much can you put into it? Someone is going home.
And so, in order to do that, you have to get rid of it. You should buy for it. When you get right down to this, this was a show built around the boy.
Prophecy is. Baseball history. The first swing off. He decided to make it.
First pitch. Nope, didn't swing. Didn't go that far. That was a pop-up. Doesn't swing at that pitch. There's one. And there it goes. And so in 3 swings, 2 go yard for Brent Rooker. I really question bringing Kyle Stowers in for this. There's no logic in it. I would have gone to Ohtani if I was Roberts. I mean, Schwarber and Alonso I can live with, but Kyle Stowers? Are you fucking kidding me? Especially when this dimwit swings at just about every fucking pitch he gets. Let's see what he does, for better or worse. I still say this should be Ohtani's spot, not his, but whatever. And he's not even swinging at any of these yet. What's he waiting for? Seriously, you took 3 fucking warm-up pitches, you little bastard. 4 warm-up pitches. Swing it one, you motherfucker. Short. Seriously, Roberts, you should have gone to Ohtani, you dumbass. Not this kid. This kid will cost you the game. That will not find the seats. Nope. Round 1 goes to the American League 2-1. Here's Randy Arozarena. He is grounded out, blown out, and he struck out. Remember, there are no batters, no fielders. Here's for this. This is basically the equivalent of a shootout in soccer or in hockey. I really hope they don't let this bleed into the regular season. Yep, it's easy enough. The whole ghost. It's bad enough to get pissed over the Ghost Runner situation. This is the thing that takes the fun out of the game for me. Lines it. And that's gone. And it's short. So Rosarena only gets one through the second round for the American League. 3-1. Now the pressure's on Schwarber to get at least two. First pitch to Schwarber. He's not going to go after that one. Nor will he go after that one. That's in for the drink. Second swing. Another Schwarber to tie it. He's not going to get it on that pitch. And there it goes. I know, Keith Dimmick, but now it's 4-3 in favor of the NL for now. 2 rounds complete. Now it's now up to Jonathan Aranda. He needs at least 1 over the fence to tie it for the AL. 2 to get him the lead. Can Aranda do it is the question. Keith Dimmick with 3-1 AL. Let's go American League. I've got it 4-3 NL. But let's see what Jonathan Aranda can whip up. He's not going to go after that pitch. Or that one. Doesn't make it. That's one misstep. If he can't get a home run at least these last two, then the NL wins. Off the wall. So close to tying it. Last chance. If Aranda can't get it over the fence, then Alonso doesn't need to swing. Is he gonna? Doesn't make it. The NL win. And the National League win the All-Star game 4-3 in a swing-off. High score of 6-6, but the NL come out on top. Deciding factor: Kyle Schwarber going for the hat trick in his round of the swing off. And that does it for tonight's 2025 Major League Baseball All-Star Game. This game was a damn nail biter, but I'm done for the night. I'd like to thank everyone who commented and sat along this nightmare in this game with me. Comment, like, share, and subscribe to not just myself, but other members of the Aboriginal Sports Network. I'm Mets2128. Goodbye, and good fucking night. Bang.